submitting your assignments. Some of you, as soon as the class is announced, no, the submissions are coming. Please understand, there will not be any follow-up from my side henceforth. If you're submitting the assignments, yes, I will review and I will send it. But if you're not submitting, I don't think FESDA also will be taking up that to follow it up with you and get your assignments submitted. Please do understand this part. We will not be doing that part because we are all adults and we know our responsibilities, and it has to be done within the time frame that it has to be done. Okay. And there were certain general observations that I have noted that I would like to just present. Jimny ma'am, can I present that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
The general observations that I've observed in your assignments is that some of you are not serious about the grammar and the spelling mistakes. Please do understand, see, when I am reviewing, if I start looking into grammar and spelling mistake, the actual assignment work will be left behind and I will have to concentrate on those. So please see that, and please understand, even one spelling mistake or one grammatical mistake that goes to Cambridge, your assignment may come from distinction to pass or pass to resubmission. Okay. And grammar mistakes, please avoid it. And some of you, I don't know, maybe you're doing a grammar check or you're putting through ChatGPT and copy pasting it. When you're copy pasting whatever it is from grammar, after grammatical checkup, please see the sentence structure because words get stuck together without space. And the general rule is after full stop, not before full stop, space. I think your system will give an underlining, and many of you do this because this is the general criteria. Remember, after full stop, you have to give space, not before full stop. And for me, because I have system with grammar checking, all this will be marked as underlined with red. So please avoid silly mistakes. For you, you may think that it is a human error, but please do review it multiple times before sending it to me because all these can change your results. Okay, this is something that I'm frequently observing. And please do read the documents, read resources and write. What I have understood is some of you are using again ChatGPT for resources. Please do not do it. I'm clearly able to see that because you take quotes directly from ChatGPT and put it without connection to what you're writing, just because you have to mark resources. Please don't do it. It's clearly visible that you've taken it from somewhere and it is not actually applicable to the context where you're setting. You will have to write it in a flow. Remember, your research and your writing should have a connection. If there is no connection, then it's of no use. It will be marked as no resubmission part. Okay. So that assurance you will be getting only if your assignment is 100% proper. Now coming to the assignment status. So this is the current standing status. Just a minute. So I think Chaitanya will be uploading by today evening. I'll give you, ma'am, the detail whether Chaitanya we can go for upload or not this month. So this is the current status that has come. Please do understand what tomorrow onwards, again, it's going to be like full-fledged work and you'll get busy. And you ask me to do it after some time without you getting connected, because now in the course, now itself, I can see unit 2, there are many disconnections. Okay, use of advanced organizers, those things that were told are not coming up in the assignments. Okay, now if that this much of disconnect is there, imagine what happens after 1 month. You will not be able to connect it. And please do understand, after March, it will become very difficult. Whatever assignments are on the way, that will get reviewed. But after that, it will become very difficult for reviewing assignments. Whatever assignments you've submitted yesterday, that is only pending with me. All the others have cleared. I've cleared every review. So anything else from your side, please do come forward.
Ma'am, shall I go with unit 2? Ma'am, this is Parveen, ma'am. Shall I go with unit 2, ma'am?
Have I approved yours? I don't think so. I have not approved yours. Without observation visit form, approval of unit 1, please do not go forward with unit 2. It is not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm waiting, ma'am. I'm waiting for your feedback, ma'am.
I have already given, Parveen. That's what I'm saying. Yours I've already done. All the ones I've completed. Please check your mail. You will have got.
1 second, ma'am. Actually, I checked, ma'am, yesterday. I didn't get it.
Please check the comments that I have put. I've already checked yours.
Parveen, are you using your phone to check the documents for the comments, or are you using your laptop?
Ma'am, phone, ma'am.
Then you will not
Comments
be
will
getting.
not be visible then. You will have
Okay,
to
ma'am.
use your laptop or desktop
Okay.
to download the document and then to be able to view the comments.
Okay, ma'am. I will.
I have done actually yours. I've done 16th, Jan 16th. I've completed. Okay.
Ma'am, just a
Yes,
second.
Neela.
You please understand that once ma'am reviews, you will have to download and then keep checking. And then
No,
not
if it's in
passing.
Drive, it's visible, ma'am. In Drive, it's visible.
You will also be able to understand, right, whether ma'am has opened the document or not. So Parveen, from day one, we have been telling laptop is mandatory. If it is not working, you will have to get it repaired and then use only your desktop or laptop. Otherwise, it's going to be
ma'am,
very
actually,
difficult for us to
ma'am,
upload the portfolio.
Ma'am, actually, I received, ma'am, actually, first time when I submitted, I received it.
I'm
And I
not
have
talking
seen in
about
the
the
mail.
comments, Parveen. I'm not talking about the comments. I'm talking about your system.
Yeah, only today, ma'am. It's actually the system is, the Wi-Fi is unstable, ma'am. It is not connecting in that.
Ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah. Neelam, yes, Neelam.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, my observation visit form, I have taken a printout and I have taken a signature.
Not required. You just take the signature. Okay, this is for all of you, your mentor, your signature. Ask them to sign in a white paper, take a snap of it, upload it in that particular place. That's it.
Okay,
Okay, you need not take printout and all. Okay, your signature photo you can just upload.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, means we have to paste it in that place.
That particular place, yes. Upload it as an image.
For me, unit 2 only that is pending, ma'am. Otherwise, can
No,
I go?
your unit 2 is fine. I have actually given green for unit 2. I said you can start with unit 3 LP and work on EOL and EOR.
So my unit 2, I can go ahead with
Yes,
unit
yes,
2.
I have completed it. Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And unit 3 lesson plan also you have given the comments, ma'am. I will work on it. I have it out there. So I'll read and I'll do it, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Manjari, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
this is regarding this evidence of learning, ma'am. You have at the end, like you had written about that. 1 second, ma'am. I'll just read out the comments. you wrote that it should be the part of the Unit 1 EOL about the experienced
No, no,
teacher.
no, no. Unit 2 EOL you're talking of or Unit 1?
Yes, ma'am. Unit 2 EOL.
Now,
At the
I'll tell
end,
you where you have made the mistake. You have
ha.
written about the experienced teacher's lesson plan in Unit 1 EOL.
Ha.
That should not be written there. You have to see the key questions. It is more about how you're planning your Unit 2 lesson plan.
But ma'am, in the key question only, it's mentioned that, comment on the experienced teacher, it's mentioned because I have this time followed the key question. That's what I'll just read out to you, ma'am. I didn't understand this part. If you can explain.
1 minute, 1 minute. Let me just.
1 second, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. I have also, yesterday I have sent it, I have
Modified
forwarded.
one, yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I saw
ma'am.
that. I saw that.
Yes, ma'am. That part I didn't understand. Actually, it's there in the evidence, that module guide only, ma'am, that I have to mention about the experienced teachers.
1 minute, 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Unit 2.
Unit 2, evidence of learning, ma'am.
No, it's not there.
I have also mentioned, I have actually copied and pasted.
No, check which one, which yellow are you talking about, you see?
Ma'am, the
Because
bottom, ma'am. I'll tell you where. I'll tell you, ma'am. See, ma'am, over here, as a teacher, it is essential to encourage the student.
you tell me Unit 2, which yellow?
And Unit 2, evidence of learning, ma'am, bottom. The last paragraph. I'm talking about the last paragraph. As
1 minute. Manjari, first your module guide has yellow, which has 3 questions. LOE, LOF and LOG. So which yellow I am asking? Evidence of learning.
F, ma'am. F key question. F key question, ma'am. It's written over here. 1 second. Why do active learning approaches? 1 second, ma'am. Why do active learning approaches to the teaching and learning help to engage and motivate students to learn? Candidates should reflect on their learning and experience from the Unit 1. And in a particular, their
It is Unit 1, not on your experienced teachers learning.
Okay, I didn't understand this part.
What have you understood? See, the question is about, it's not about the experienced teacher. It is why you feel that they have given you, see there, for example, the students were encouraged to think hard rather than passively receive information. So you will be reflecting on this and saying that when I heard this from, I have observed this and I wanted to implement this in my class and I have adopted this strategy. That way it has to come.
So it is not going to be like I have written during my observation of an experienced teacher's
Not
class.
required. Not required.
Okay.
Not required. And no, there needs to be clear mention of aims, objectives, advanced organizer. Then you will have to. Okay. Okay, Sharmila. You will have to mention about coherency. Now remember all this theory linked to what you're doing in the class.
But I have clearly mentioned about clear objectives as well as aims, ma'am.
All this has to come, Manjari, because I didn't find that sequence. That is why I put that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I have modified
I'll check.
Yes, ma'am. And even evidence of reflection also I have yesterday uploaded. Only I'm waiting for the observation. You have asked me to change that observation visit form, ma'am. That I'm waiting, in fact.
Not visit form, now it is feedback.
Feedback, observation feedback.
I'll check.
Observation feedback. So I have, I'm modifying those changes what you have recommended. So once that done, can I start with Unit 3, ma'am?
No. Once observation feedback is done, then only.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Once it is done, I'll mention there, start with Unit 3 lesson.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Okay, fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Preeti, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
The observation visit form, I have what one small paragraph was left with which you had told to make changes. So that I have done, ma'am. So I'm just waiting for your approval. If you are
1
okay, then I will
minute.
start with
Yes. Your
EOL.
LP is also done actually. Observation LP actually, no, I have not approved LP.
Yeah, ma'am.
In
Because I
lesson
had changed. I have
No,
made.
Preeti ma'am, your unit 1 observation visit is done. Unit 2 LP is pending.
Ma'am, you had given me a feedback later, but later on I saw the feedback which was earlier mentioned as it is not approved. But later, whatever changes you had told, I made all the
See,
changes.
1 minute. Don't confuse the terminology. Unit 1 is observation visit form. Unit 2 is observer feedback form.
Yes, ma'am.
You're talking about feedback form?
Yeah, feedback form, ma'am.
Feedback, I have not done it. I have not done it. I'm talking your unit 1 is done.
Yeah,
Unit
ma'am.
2, lesson plan is done. Observation feedback is pending.
Feedback, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Feedback,
yeah, got
last
it.
1, 2, 3 points you had told me, ma'am. I have made those changes also yesterday,
Sure.
day before yesterday, ma'am. So I
Okay.
forgot to send you a message. If you check, then once it's done, then
I'll check it.
work
I'll
on the
check
email.
it. Once, yeah, the message is here. I'll check it.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
No, 1 minute. Yours, it's not, I think it's done. Please check, no?
Okay, ma'am.
Check.
I'll check,
I
ma'am.
think
Yeah, ma'am.
it's done.
So I can work on the EOL and EOR, ma'am. EOL is
Yes, you
ready.
can. You can.
I'll send it today, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Preeti, I have written that agreed focus should be changed.
Which one, ma'am?
Agreed focus of observation.
Ma'am, that I have changed, ma'am, again. I have
No,
revised the
that is
points.
not changed. Check, no. That is where I've commented. This I've commented day before yesterday. That is
Okay,
not
ma'am.
changed.
Agreed
Yeah.
focus, ma'am.
Yeah, agreed
Okay.
focus has to be changed. The other things I have written. You have written for that part is corrected. Agreed focus has to be changed.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, lesson plan is checked, ma'am, properly. That I just wanted to know that because the
Yeah,
comments
lesson
have been
plan
checked.
was done.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Lesson plan I corrected and 1 minute. You're sending this is visit. 1 minute. I think you have confused something here. This is unit 2 observation format. Your Preeti,
Yeah,
can
ma'am.
you send me the entire folder because lesson plan is unit 1 lesson plan you're showing me.
No, ma'am. No, unit 1 is separate.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
done.
Yeah.
Done. This is fine. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere the link messed up.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
right.
I'll resend it to you again. Otherwise.
Yeah. You send me the folder wise link. No,
Sure,
don't
ma'am.
keep each document in a folder.
Okay, ma'am.
Unit 1 is one folder. Unit 2, all documents in one folder.
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Meena, ma'am.
Ma'am, this comments on the lesson plan, ma'am, to be from NCERT outcomes only. I
Yes.
have related it to the NCERT outcome and
No, you
worded
have to pick it.
designing and
You have to
conditions
pick
change.
it. You have to pick it from
Verbatim
NCERT.
the same way.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Okay.
aim has to be from NCERT. Objectives you have to design. Remember,
Okay.
the aim need not be completed in 40 minutes, but it
Okay.
has to have the part of it. And do not go more than 3 objectives.
Objectives.
40
Okay.
minutes, 3 objectives is fine.
Okay.
Because
And ma'am, there is one. Yeah. Sorry.
I saw that you have brushed up the syllabus, ma'am. Don't do that.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Ma'am, and one more thing is this advanced organizers, can we put it as an artifact? I need to mention in my lesson plan that advanced organizers.
No mentioning of artifact. Whatever is the student work, you can put it. Anything you can put students work, anything is allowed.
But in the lesson plan, I have to mention about an activity where there is an advanced organizer.
Ma'am, advanced organizer is anything that connects your prior knowledge to new knowledge.
Okay.
Now,
in the first
here,
bit, I got
please,
it, ma'am.
there
Yes.
is one more thing that I would like to see in the lesson plans. What I see is multidisciplinary aspect, art integration. See, one thing is, if it is required, keep it. I understand CBSE is emphasizing on it. But as per Cambridge, if it is appropriate to the curriculum only, you will have to incorporate it. Okay. Do not incorporate it because you are mandated to do it as per CBSE. Cambridge does not expect it. If it is required as per the curriculum, then you can incorporate it. Otherwise, please don't insert things which will cause confusion to the examiner. Okay. Yes, Shravanti.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding mine, no, like you told that signature should be done. I have
Yeah.
uploaded it, ma'am. And the other one is agreed focus. I need to make a change.
Agreed focus. Remember, all of you are making mistake. Intended outcomes should be related to your lesson plan activity and the LOs. The agreed focus is these are the things that unit 2 is emphasizing on, and this will be what I will be implementing in this lesson plan. It's a general statement based on LOs. They would have given on the left hand side the yellows that you have to check. So
Yes, yes, ma'am.
that has to be put there. Okay,
Ma'am, I
already
have,
I've written for you. You please check it for the next unit. It has to come in that way.
yeah, ma'am,
Shravanti,
I have,
I just I did it. So you
okay.
just check it out. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, I have done it. Shall I move on to unit 3, ma'am, lesson plan?
1 minute. I'll check and I see if I say good to go, then you can. Okay.
The other things were resolved, only the signatures and that agreed
Okay.
focus was
Yeah.
left.
You start preparing your this
I see.
3 because your improvement area is fine. It's good. But remember that now should come as one of the intended outcomes of your unit 3.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I have gone through more exemplars to know the format of how to write it, ma'am. Like,
Shravanti, that is the reason I'm not sharing the exemplars. Please don't look through exemplars because you will, without your knowledge, you will try to write the same sentences. And no, I do not want you to land in trouble. Remember, if you look at exemplars, you're going to land in trouble. Please do not look at exemplars. Right? I will comment in case correction is needed. If really some exemplar is needed, that is for the agreed focus. Yes, you can just check how they have written. But do not look at exemplars for any other aspects. I'm
okay, ma'am.
reiterating this. Please do not check exemplars for any other aspect.
Only to know the format we are checking, ma'am, because we
Yeah,
are not able
I
to.
can understand, but sometimes it happens that accidentally you may look into it.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Done.
Ma'am, just
Yes,
now you
Shankar.
repeated something. What did you tell her, ma'am? It should be for
Agreed focus.
agreed focus of unit 2.
No. It is agreed focus in your observation feedback form. You have in every this one LP implementation agreed area of focus. That
Okay.
is actually in the left hand side. You have guidelines that are given. Follow that guidelines blindly. Then you will understand how to go about doing it. Yes, Shampa ma'am.
Ma'am, and now I got that clear 5 question which is supposed to be answered for observation feedback.
See,
So-
I gave you the cues, Champa ma'am, on what you have to write in the first part of it. You had 3 questions. So generally we'll be confused of what to write. So I just gave you 8 to 9 questions so that you will have the cues. You wrote each question 200 to 250 words. Okay. And those 3 questions only you elaborate.
Ma'am, 5, I was told 5, ma'am, by...
Three only. 5 is 2 on the top.
2 on the
2
top.
on the top
that is-
and 3 in the next one. So
Yes.
2 on the top should be based on observation.
Ah,
This is what I observed in the class. These are the things that were happening. So what are the formative assessments? You have to write, remember, teacher observation, teacher guidance. What happens? Formative assessments means we only think about assessments conducted in the class, questioning, test given. No, even if a role play is given, yes, that is a formative assessment. Okay, that you will have to identify. Okay.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I've already sent you, and I have sent you the lesson plan of unit 2. So after this approval, you will approve that.
I'll check that. Yes.
And
I'll
then
check.
should I send you the EOL of unit 2 also?
No. That you can take time. Let me approve the lesson plan. Then you can take this one.
Okay.
Yes, Garima ma'am.
Ma'am, I have shared what the changes you have told me. I have made the changes and today morning only I have shared, ma'am. So if you can just go through
I'll
and
check it. I'll check it. Did
Yes,
you
yes.
understand how you have to write?
Yes,
You've
yes,
written it as
yes.
bullet points. Teacher
Huh.
instruction should be very clear. Learner, what the learner
Yeah.
will do must be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have made the changes accordingly, ma'am. If you can just
Sure.
go through. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, Manjari
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Ma'am, actually, two doubts have got. In my observation feedback, ma'am, actually, in my lesson plan, I have used gamification and I have implemented also. I'm talking about Unit 2, ma'am. Unit 2. And even in reflection, also, I have written about the gamification, but there were no learning theories connected to it. But I have taken one.
You have Manjari.
Where, which one,
There
ma'am,
are
I
a
couldn't.
lot of theories connected with gamification.
Which is because, ma'am, I have taken
You
one.
check.
In
No,
fact,
you check theories research paper on gamification of
ah,
learning.
yes, I
You
have
will get
actually.
you'll get lot of papers.
I have taken one, ma'am, but that is one I have taken from the Google book. It's a Google PDF
No
uploaded.
issues. You can write from there itself book and authors.
Okay, I can write now, ma'am. I have written the
Yeah, you can
author.
write from there. You need not write it as Google book. You can take that particular book name as per the reference. You can give it there.
Okay, but what do I write in reference? Only that book as that's much.
Complete that book details. You will have to write based on Harvard reference.
Okay, ma'am. Once you check, ma'am, I have written an evidence of reflection.
I'll check.
Yes,
But
once
see,
you.
one thing is, as far as referencing is concerned, please do follow whatever references you're giving below in the references must be cited in text also.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
100% citation must be given.
But
Okay.
few I'm repeating. It's okay, ma'am, because
Repeating is not a problem, but
okay.
it has to be cited in text.
Okay. One more, ma'am. One favor, ma'am. If you need to this evidence of learning, if you can pose the questions, key questions. I'm getting confused, ma'am.
Okay, key questions. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am. That would be a great help. I'm so sorry, but I'm reading so many. If you can
You can
pose.
type it out and you can keep it so that I think already the key question is in the candidate guide.
Yes, candidate, but there are so many questions, ma'am. Well, if you can just the way you did it for me in Unit 1, ma'am, that was really very helpful. So I could
Wow.
finish. If you can please do it, ma'am, that would be a great help.
See, the problem is actually, okay, I'll see if I
Please,
have
ma'am. I
my
know
file.
it's a
That was actually my file that I worked on.
okay,
So
okay.
from there, I copy pasted it. I'll
Because
check
that
it.
was a great help what you did in Unit 1 and you gave it to me. I could finish it. This one I'm not able to. I'm getting confused, ma'am. If you can just do that, that would be great, ma'am.
Okay, I'll get.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Sharmila.
Ma'am, it's regarding my Unit 2 EOL, ma'am. You mentioned not to give more than one source or something like that. When I
Yes.
refer the reference books that you shared, like essential teaching skills, so when I am going through
Now,
that,
1 minute. Inside it is written by Sharmila. Inside it may be written by someone else. They would have marked someone else as the source. But where have you taken the reference from?
I've taken from the book that you shared, ma'am. Again, when I
Petty G,
refer
isn't
the
it?
bibliography, they
You
have
should not. You don't refer that book's bibliography or that book's in text
okay.
referring. You have to mark that book as the reference.
Okay.
So Jeff Petty will be your reference.
Ma'am, but
whoever he has referred to is not your concern. You understood, Sharmila?
Ma'am, suppose yeah, that ICT usages I have mentioned Wheeler 2005 in within the paragraph, and below references I mean near Wheeler
It
two
is
more
not
person.
Wheeler. No, which book you have taken from?
Okay. Okay, ma'am. I have taken from the resource that you shared, like essential teaching skills. So that topic only I have read.
Yes, that only you have to write. You should not write Wheeler.
Ma'am, but in that text, Wheeler name was there.
Correct, it is given, but that is already cited by Chris Karayu, right? So
Yeah.
you have taken from his book. So you have to mention him only.
Okay. So I have to
Don't
change
go
everything
for
now.
the textbooks in text referencing. What is the text you have taken from? That should be your reference.
Okay, ma'am. Because in that book, what you shared, when I checked the bibliography, it has written Wheeler and his book. Can I keep that or no?
No, you should not keep that.
Okay. So
No,
I have
you
to
should
change
not.
every resource now, like those references now, ma'am. Because for everything I referred the book back and I have given.
You have to see, that means Cambridge will be looking. Now remember, I may not be knowing this many, but they will be knowing all these are the books referred by so and so, isn't it?
Yes,
That will
ma'am.
not be good. So instead, no, write it based on the book that you have referred. Whoever
And
he has referred doesn't matter.
okay, ma'am, fine. Yeah. Then I'll change all the references, then I'll send it back to
Yeah.
you, ma'am. And one
Anyone
more.
else have done like this? You understood what it means? Don't go to the references which are inside the textbook. Which book you are referencing, that is your reference. Okay,
Ma'am,
the author would have referenced it from many other places, but for you, the book is the reference. Yeah. Yes,
ma'am,
Shampapa.
ma'am,
This for reference books, like when we do online referencing, we can put the link as a reference.
Yes,
No.
ma'am. Please look at Harvard referencing that,
That
this
link.
one document you will get. Yes.
Yes.
You have to put it as available from. Yes, Sharmila, you were asking something.
ma'am, like online referencing what ma'am asked. So if I even referred an online source, but I don't know like how to put it over there. Like I have
It
to
is
just.
there. You check that Harvard referencing, you will be getting it.
All right, ma'am.
Online referencing also is there.
In EOL, ma'am, for active learning, so you asked me not to mention experienced teachers class, but
Again, just now I told Manjari,
yeah,
remember,
ma'am.
you have to write as what you have observed and why you are implementing.
Okay. Because they asked us to mention what have you learned from your
No,
experience.
it is about your observation and learning, not about the experienced teacher.
All right. Yeah. Ma'am, for unit 3, we as we plan, we have to go with 4 different activities, as you said.
Hmm.
So my mentor asked me to do changes on DI and on pacing.
Changes in?
Like you said, whatever the reflection in unit 2 that we have to implement in unit 3.
That
So,
has to come one of the intended outcomes of Unit 3.
so my mentor quoted this on differentiated instruction and on pacing of the lesson. So,
Yes. Differentiated you need not, because it's an automatic, like you have to have an intended outcome. But no, you will have to put pacing of learning as one of your intended outcomes in Unit 3.
okay, so based on that, I have to plan the 4 activities.
Not 4 activities, only one. Your observed one should carry that.
Okay. But the
Your
remaining 3 we
mentor
can.
observed one should carry this as. The other 3, you don't require observation feedback. No, it's activity log activities. So 4 different activities you have to have for 4 different days.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll like no, Chaitanya actually has completed. So in case no anyone would like, you find it difficult, you can just put a WhatsApp message to her also and find out how she has done. But don't ask her for her document. Please don't share your document. You can help them, but don't share your document with them. Okay. You can help them, tell them how to write, but not guide them on how exactly they have to write based on yours. Okay. Feedback, you tell it has to be written in this way. That you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And please do interact with each other so that no, you will have an idea of how to go about writing, because that is what we see missing in every batches. Now, generally what happens when a WhatsApp group is made, there is a hype for first 1 week with all messages. After that, no message. Like that, now it is died out. Okay, please do contact with each other so that, see, one thing is, all of us have taken this as a profession that we want to continue. So no, each day if we strive to do something better, at least 10-15 minutes, if we read something new and we get an idea and we share it, that will actually benefit us.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, Aarti. Yes, I just saw yours. Yours has come, but unfortunately, all your files are in trash. Please check it out. It's not in the folder. When I
Yes.
open, it's saying that it's in owner's trash.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, I am taking help with Chaitanya ma'am and Sharmila ma'am. They are helping
Okay.
me. Yeah, I'm started, ma'am. First unit I will submit
You
within
have
2.
done, but the problem is it's not in the folder and every document is in your trash. Just now when I opened, I'm not able to
Yeah.
open it. It's
Yeah,
saying that
ma'am.
it's
I
in
will check.
owner's trash.
Yes, ma'am. I will check today.
Yeah, put it as a folder and upload it. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Sharmila.
Ma'am, it's regarding the references. From one book, if I'm taking 3 to 4 quotes, is that fine, ma'am?
You can take, but only one reference it will become. It will not become 3 to 4 references.
Ma'am, suppose that essential teaching skill, that book you shared, it is having lot of things which
It's there, but the question is, are you reading multiple resources or are you sticking with, like, see how we do with our textbooks? We read only one textbook and go to the class. That way it cannot be done. You will have to read. Now remember, if you're interested in module 2, module 3, you will have to cite what are the disadvantages also. Now, how will you cite disadvantages if you're reading only one book? So you will have to read your own books, multiple books to understand the advantages and disadvantages. Then only you can write. I know sometimes what happens, what you are doing may not work out for your environment. Now, why it did not work out also, you will have a research paper which will tell you why it did not work out for your particular environment.
Okay, ma'am.
That also you need to. Yeah, any other questions? You can see chat. Yeah. Any other?
Ma'am, this is Parveen, ma'am. Ma'am, you have sent in the mail, ma'am. Comments are sent in the mail, ma'am.
Mail, it will not come. It will be visible only in the drive. You open your drive in the system, you can see the comments in the system. In the phone, it will not be visible.
Okay, ma'am. I'll work on it, ma'am.
Hmm. Alicia, yours is done. I think you're getting stuck. Alicia, Mukambika lesson plan 3 is done. Alicia, somewhere, right? I have put some comments. Right, Alicia?
Ma'am, observatory feedback I have sent it, ma'am. You need to observe.
Alicia, it is observer feedback.
Sorry, ma'am. Observer feedback I have sent you, ma'am. I mean, with
Okay.
the update, mentor has approved it. And if it is done, I'm working on EOL and EOR also. If it is
Okay.
approved, I'll make the little
No,
changes. And
along with your Unit 3 LP, you can work with EOL, EOR of Unit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Unit 3 LP, you gave few comments, ma'am. I interacted with my mentor. She also gave me few inputs. I'll work on it, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, one query I had was you asked me to use this diary entry as an activity for the lesson. But diary entry is itself a lesson for me, ma'am.
Not like that, Alicia. What happens is now you do diary entry. How will you do your activity log for diary entry? It will be same activity, no diary entry, diary entry, diary entry. That will not look good. Instead, for example, you take a lesson, let us say a visit to some place. Okay. Now you can have one activity in that as diary entry.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Got it. So that way I'm asking
Yes,
you to do it. Okay. So you will have 4 different activities which will actually help you. One can be a role play, one can be a diary entry, one can be a narration, and one can be understanding the literary devices. So whatever it is regarding that lesson, you can pull out. That's the reason I'm asking you to do it like that.
Yes, ma'am. I understood. Another query I had was in EOL, EOR, ma'am, of Unit 2. should we use the terms like I have used advanced organizer, which is match the following? I
Yes,
have
you
used
can use, you can use. See, you have to write about aim, you have to use about advanced, objectives. You have to use the word Ausbell's advanced organizer. So that is the reason I'm asking you to go with one reference of Ausbell's.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, why you're using it, then how you're bringing coherency into it, how you're motivating the students, how you're doing active learning, how you're doing your formative assessments.
Okay, ma'am.
All this must be there in your unit 2.
Like we can use the terms like contractions. I have, the activity toss and
Yes,
toss
you
the
can.
dice.
See, one thing is you can mention your subject details, but don't elaborate on your subject details there. In anything, you can mention it, but don't elaborate too much on your subject. Okay? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
If
I have a
that
question.
feedback form is fine, I'll work on the UL and
I'll once the session is over, I'll sit with that. I will complete that today.
yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a
Yeah.
question, ma'am. Actually, in the lesson plan, ma'am, I have written that the advanced organizer which I'm going to use is basically the flow chart, the mind map in a flow chart. But while preparing, that didn't become the flow chart the way I had prepared the advanced organizer, but it became a mind map. So can I change that?
You can write it. You can write just as concept map. Need not go for
Okay,
mind map,
concept
flow
map.
chart, anything. You don't mention that, no?
Okay, fine.
Safe, right?
Okay, fine. That's what, because while preparing, it was not a flow chart, but it was a concept map. Like it was
Yeah, you
basically
can
the
put it as a
concept map.
concept map.
So can I change that in that? I'll change then in the lesson plan also
Yeah,
that.
you can.
Okay, fine.
But remember all your proofs now when you're submitting, see that it is students' work. You don't see, I think it was Shravanti. Shravanti, you can go with audio of your students and that will actually give you a good backup.
I have uploaded the videos, ma'am. Small bits of videos I
Sure.
have
That
taken.
also is fine. That also is fine.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
I
I
have
have also
uploaded that and I have sent, ma'am. Just kindly look into it.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, I have also uploaded the artifacts in Unit 2. Once you go through it, ma'am.
That's why I'm saying put it in a folder. I'll definitely
Yes, I have.
check.
I have put it in the
I'll
folder.
check. I think yours I have checked, Manjari.
Okay.
Even I
I'll
have
again
shared
check.
the artifacts, ma'am.
Yes, Sharmila. Yes, I have checked yours.
Okay.
I
Is
have
that
checked
fine,
yours.
ma'am? Is that fine, ma'am?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll again check. Once more, see, don't worry. When your final uploading is happening also, we'll check everything and then only do it. Yes, Neela.
Ma'am, regarding these artifacts and student work, the feedback form and the advanced organizer, can we upload those also or their classwork and worksheets?
You can upload those also, classwork worksheets, and you can upload your, you have done a feedback rubric also.
Yes, ma'am.
That can also be uploaded.
So is classwork necessary because they write based
It's not required. It's not required. But remember, when you are doing your higher module 2, module 3, you will need
Okay, ma'am.
students classwork also you will need to. So when you're doing if you're interested going up, you will have to see that a particular pattern they are following, because remember you will have to upload 2 or 3 pages of theirs into the portal.
But now worksheets, if it is for unit 3, can we upload the worksheets, ma'am, whatever they're...
Yes, you can, but don't put empty worksheets. See that student answered worksheets are there.
Yes, ma'am. And they are not the advanced organizer, they are not doing it in their classwork. They are using a paper. So that
No
also...
issues. That photos you can put.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions? Okay, Jeevani ma'am, think that's the question that. So e-portfolio, when you're uploading, I'll ask you to take the help of your parallel colleague. You can upload it and we'll have an individual. Those who are uploading with me, we will have an individual Zoom link. Okay, there we will be connecting and telling about what are the corrections that has to be done in the e-portfolio. Once that is done, then only the final upload date will be given. Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, any other things that you would like to, Jeevni ma'am or Shilpa ma'am?
Ma'am, nothing in specific, ma'am. They will have to, cater to their timelines.
Yeah.
We've already given them the deadlines. I think they will have to work accordingly.
Yes, ma'am.
And we will limit the reviews also now. So those guidelines and everything are clear. I guess Shilpa has already shared the guidelines with everybody.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, it's been done, yeah. Like ma'am rightly said, now they need to be active on the group, right, Sudha ma'am? Because
Yes.
this is you're working on your assignments and the group is open now. So since we have Miss Chaitanya who's already done it, because some questions what you ask may be the same thing the other person also might have. So when it is answered, it will help all. Yeah. And from beginning, ma'am is saying no question is big, small, or silly. Question is a question. So put it forth so that we'll get an answer and you'll not get stuck at any point. Right?
Ma'am, in this observation feedback, there's this is support assistant. 1 second, ma'am. Support assistance. What's
No,
that?
you don't have a support assistant.
That's what no, I have written.
No, there, no.
No, right? Okay, fine. Yeah.
Now, sometimes what happens, you have teaching assistants, right?
Okay.
So you don't have, in our
No,
schools,
we don't have.
So
No.
that's, you can put it as no.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask you, so in your document, will you mark my EOL and you are green, ma'am?
I'll mark it.
Thank you.
No, once I check, no, I will do it. See, once you submit, first time I will review, again I will go back and I will review. So
Okay.
once I do that, if I feel minor corrections are there, I will correct it and I will mark it green. So first review, I may not mark because no, I also need 2 times review so that I will have that confidence. Yes, this is going to go good. That's the reason. See, it is not about uploading. Uploading, what happens, whatever you write, we can upload. But finally, what happens is the result is that matters. So no, I need that confidence. Yes, this goes to the level that is expected.
Yes, ma'am. I have done the corrections, whatever you have done. I understood also, learned also, like where I am going wrong. So hopefully unit 3 will be less reviews, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am, to reduce the word count, I have done small modifications in all the documents, ma'am. I informed earlier, na?
I saw your documents. That's why I said in your e-portfolio, I've commented. I've read everything. That is
okay,
why.
ma'am.
And there is one more thing, just because Chaitanya told me, please don't use words like grabbed. Grab the attention of this. I think already I've told. Please don't use, and do not use the word mentor anywhere referring to you as a teacher. Mentor and mentoring is for your mentor, not for you. You are a facilitator or a teacher according to Cambridge. Okay? Do not use those words.
Ma'am, and when we are writing at the end of any about some approach, like active learning approach, I have mentioned, and this is supported by Vygotsky constructivist theory. We will write.
So Vygotsky, when you're writing brackets, you have to write the year.
That's what I have changed it, ma'am.
See, when you're writing, for example, Bloom's taxonomy, when you're writing first time Bloom's, you have to mention the year. Afterwards, when you're writing, it's not required. But first time when you're writing Bloom's, it has to be mentioned.
Yes.
Ma'am, to quote about the mentors support, I have taken the things from Cambridge website only. Like, they have given in the module
Yes,
guide.
but in unit 2, you have to write how was your mentor's contribution in the reflection.
Okay.
You need not write the entire thing. You just need to write your mentor has informed. These are the areas that has to be improved.
Okay, ma'am.
Though my mentor appreciated this, but these areas she has suggested for improvement. That much is enough.
All right.
You have to write about the emotions of your students and your emotions. That also becomes, remember, Gibbs cycle. Your emotions also are very important, because when you're reflecting, remember, one part should come with emotions. When I did this activity, I found my students enjoying.
Okay.
That has to come in reflection.
So they had a mixed emotions. When we are doing collaborative work, it's fine. But when they're doing fit work, they felt like they should have some time or something like that.
That you should not write they. You write, some of them felt it intriguing and found it challenging. You understood there. It's not all of them. When you're saying mixed emotions, you will have to specify how many of them had a difficult feeling.
Okay.
That becomes more important.
Okay. To talk about the mentor, I have taken the quote, ma'am, for referencing quote. I have taken from the Cambridge website, like from module guide. So that same I have given it as a reference, ma'am.
What I felt is you have written much about mentor. That much is not required. Your reflection and your class reflection must come more, I'm saying. You can write a quote, it's not a problem. But the number of words that you have put for the mentor, you have written multiple times, my mentor, my mentor, my mentor. So it's not required. One small paragraph is enough. That's the thing.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, ideally, how many in the evidence of learning as well as reflection, ma'am, how many learning theories we need to write, like minimum? Because I'm finding it very difficult to connect with
It
the
is
learning
as
theory.
many as you are coming across.
Okay, because I'm only coming
It
across.
depends on what you are implementing. For example, if I am implementing like using ICT has a different theory. If I am using gamification is a different theory that I have to apply. Okay. If I am using role play, how is role play useful? There is another research that will help me. That theory I have to introduce. So it depends on what you're using, what theory you would like to use. See, sometimes theory may not be related to your subject. It may be related to maths, it may be related to science, but you can apply that to yours.
Okay.
You read it, you find it good, you can apply it to your subject also.
Okay, ma'am. Because that's what, while writing it's okay, but connecting with the theories only,
You will have to. You will have to.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yeah, anyone has any questions?
No, ma'am.
Jeevani ma'am, you would like to share anything? Jeevani ma'am or Shilpa?
Ma'am, all the points what we mentioned, that's all, ma'am. Nothing has such. We'll just check if ma'am has something to say.
That's what I'm asking.
Ma'am, nothing in specific. So if they have any kind of doubts or like regarding their assignments, they can connect with you.
Yeah, anyone has any kind of doubt, you can see.
But then the point what you mentioned, it should be done, a day prior. Today is the class and you send it, that cannot happen. And since this is the last class, we'll not be meeting one-on-one like this also. So you need to make sure all of you would be in regular touch so that any doubts is there will get cleared. So the ma'am, I guess there's network issue you've got. Am I audible?
You were audible, Shilpa.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
ma'am. Okay.
network dropped. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, anyone has any doubt?
Anybody, you could just answer the
as ma'am
question what
mentioned-
ma'am is
yeah,
checking
and
on.
as ma'am mentioned, there would be no follow-ups from the center or from ma'am. As we are all adults, I hope you would respect the guidelines and then, follow the timelines as specified earlier. Repeatedly, we have been telling this because the last upload would be in the month of March. We don't have uploads. We are looking forward for February and April. April would be the last month of uploads for all of you all, of batch 6, and we are going to start our next batch in the month of May. So we would not like to, take up any kind of uploads of this particular batch in the month of May. So kindly adhere to the timelines and then make sure you finish your certification without any delay. Do you all have any doubts or any queries?
Sudha ma'am, can we also mention, Sudha ma'am is there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sudha ma'am, can we also mention, say example, I am looking for an upload in the month of February. So by what time they need to be ready with everything?
They have
so
to
that,
complete by Jan. Time, if you want to complete your upload, saying by Jan end, it has to be complete in your drive, not in your portfolio. In your drive, at least unit 3 lesson plan and activity log is ready. Then fine, we can, your implementation is done. EOP is completely is done. Then we will have it comfortable for February. We can finish off the upload in February. So please see that, no, those who have completed unit 2, you have time. Unit 3 implementation, you can finish it off. So February upload, we can go ahead with. Okay. Others, those who have completed only unit 1, target for April upload. So after April upload, no more uploads will happen. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So any questions? Can we
Don't
get a thumbs up?
extend, okay? Don't think that March there is no upload. So 2 months they'll get. Remember, your students will change. Then again, you will have to start from unit 1. That is the problem. If you're not finishing it now, you will have to restart the entire program. And that will not happen. Yes, Nia.
Ma'am, you said for the signature to click picture and then put it. So in that the background is coming.
No, doesn't matter. See, it will come as dark, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Doesn't matter. You just crop only your signature, insert it. That's it. Background is dark and all is not a problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. But kindly, if it will be better if you can sign it with a black pen rather than blue or red or green, whatever it is, sign with a black pen. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else?
Ma'am, in my observer's feedback form, ma'am, over here, in fact, one point you have mentioned, can I share so that?
1 minute. Don't
Yes,
share,
ma'am.
don't share. Please don't share.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because remember, I don't want anything to be copied by anyone.
Observation feedback, ma'am. Unit 2, observers feedback, ma'am.
Just a minute, I'll open it. Give me a minute. My net is. Yes, Manjari.
Yes, ma'am. In my observer feedback form, ma'am, you have written over here, ma'am, you have commented like how did this one, 1 second, ma'am. In the first one, which is the no, second one, observation record. How did the identify? Did you directly did you question Q, etc.? So that means
You have written they were able to identify. Now my question is, when the learners were doing it, how did they identify? Or do you expect the learners directly to identify tenses?
okay, okay. So
Was there any discussion? You did that part? See, when the mentor is writing also, you have to understand there is nothing. There should not be too much of description. What is actually the mentor seeing?
okay.
The students thinking, the students actually working together, the students are observing, discussing with each other, okay, clarifying with each other, and then they come into an understanding. That has to be there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Remember, you gave a table.
Yes,
So
I
how
gave
did they utilize that table?
Okay, how did they utilize the table? Okay, they have written it down. They wrote the from the table. The notes were
That
taken.
has to be mentioned there. No, your observer has missed. That is why it is given analytical, not descriptive.
Okay,
It has
okay,
to be
okay.
very analytical. And
Okay.
see when your mentor, if your mentor has missed and you have seen, discuss it with your mentor and see that point is written. That you saw some of the students were getting distracted. Okay, they were confused. Even those can be aspects that can be added there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Right? But remember, if your mentor doesn't write and you write, what will happen? It indicates that you have not chosen the right mentor. Yes. So
Yes,
please
ma'am.
see that. Please see that these things, no, you will have to have a discussion with your mentor and ensure that that mentor is also on the same line with you.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. And please ask your mentors to write no 2 to 3 sentences about a point when it comes, not direct sentences there. You understood that that doesn't look good when we are writing an analytical work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in Unit 2 observer feedback form, post-observation discussion date is there, no ma'am. So when mentor sign, we will place the mentor signature, no ma'am. Beside that, same date we should place, ma'am.
No, not required.
Not required. If it is
Not
same date
required.
also, no problem, ma'am, or we should
Same
choose.
date also, no problem.
Okay, ma'am.
But only thing is, your pre-observation should be 1 or 2 days before your observation, and observation after post-observation is 1 or 2 days afterwards. Okay, avoid making 3-4 days because definitely mentor would have forgotten. Okay, so see that is done.
Yes, ma'am.
And please do not write locations as Hyderabad. Okay, write your school name. Okay, write your school name. Or your staff room, classroom, over phone, Zoom call, all this can be, but don't write location as the place. Location where pre-observation has happened or post-observation has happened. Okay, school, the place must be school. Yeah.
Ma'am, pre-observation and post-observation can be on call.
No, pre-observation should not be on call. Post-observation can be, because sometimes it's a holiday or something, you can take it on a call. Zoom call also is fine.
Okay.
Any other queries?
So can we take it as
Yeah,
all
any
of us
other?
are clear? Yeah. Can I get a thumbs
Yes,
up if you
Neelam.
are clear with whatever we have discussed? Yes, Neelam.
Ma'am, I just want to ask, like when we are implementing, we are clicking pictures of the activities, what we are doing. So in that, students, if they are faces and all are coming, is it okay? Or just we have to focus on the
You
activity?
can see, one thing is long distance, it's not an issue. Blur photo, it's not an issue. Okay, if it is an audio one, you can take an audio presentation. Like you can ask your mentor itself to hold the camera slightly tilted so that their face is not obviously visible, you can take. Like that also you can have, it's not that. But why I'm saying videos is the space for videos will be very less. So
Photos.
1 MB, 1 MB means no, it takes, like you have to take like very big video and then edit it. It's a multiple work. That is the reason I said go with audio.
Photos, ma'am, photos. When
Photos, that's why slanting photos you can take, blur the face, that those you can do.
Okay, ma'am.
But in my ma'am, faces are pretty visible. Like I have taken it from the no.
Blur it.
Blur it. Okay. Fine, ma'am.
You can, what you can do is cover the face.
Okay.
Photo
Fine.
editors are there. No? That is the reason I said go with C. Generally, what happened with photos, nothing can be visible unless until they are showing some chart presentation.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That you can keep it on their face, no?
Okay. No, because they were doing the activities, so I have covered the activity as well as the face. I mean, it was from a short angle. It was
Their
not.
face need not come. Half you can keep till this that covers, no, fine, right?
Okay. Otherwise, can I crop the face only? No?
No, no. Don't
Okay.
do that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's why I said photos avoid. See, for example, if it's a role play, What will you do with photos? You tell me that.
I know. There cannot be an exactly.
They cannot. Group discussion, you take a photo, what will you do? Instead, no, their written evidences will be more effective. If it's an oral presentation, go with the audio evidences or the video evidences. That is more effective.
Okay, fine, ma'am.
Got it? Yeah. Yes. If no other questions, yes, you can leave. Chaitanya, you can just stay back. Others can leave if you have no other questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, will you please speak key questions, ma'am? Unit 2, please.
Yeah, I'll send.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, ma'am.
We will
Thank you,
also
ma'am.
use it, ma'am. She'll put it in the group.
Ma'am, please, we would also like to
Only
use
the
that.
key questions, ma'am, because we
You
know the
can take it from the module guide. See, this much
yes,
of
ma'am.
this one we cannot be used.
No, ma'am. See, I have done
Even
UL,
unit
but
1, you have shared the questions,
there
ma'am.
is
It
a
really
bit of
helps.
I'll do one thing. I'll
confusion.
put it in this one in my drive, and I'll ask Shilpa to share it across to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. That would be really a great help, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Ma'am, I have a
Yes,
query.
Alicia.
Ma'am, I have used advanced organizer in the prior knowledge for unit 2, ma'am. And unit 3 also I had planned advanced
Don't
graphic.
use the same advanced organizer. Don't
No,
use the
not
same.
not the same, ma'am. I used a ladder map. I'm using ladder map for unit 3. Will it be okay if it is in
Yes,
prior
yes.
knowledge for both the units, ma'am? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mukam, do you have any questions? You are still with unit 3. I know that lesson plan.
Yes, ma'am. Here one question, ma'am. In the first one, teacher is explaining where is the assessment for this. You have given the comment, ma'am.
You did with forces, I think so, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Remember, you have said defining different terms. Now you have to conduct an assessment for that definition, isn't it?
Okay. Then can
You
I
have-
use instead of define, recall?
No. You can use define itself. You can use a sticky note assessment there.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay.
See, they'll just write it and put it. That's an assessment that you're doing.
Okay, ma'am.
Right? That you can do. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, every objective that you're putting, assessment must be there. Yes, Tehseen ma'am.
Ma'am, mine unit 1 is not yet approved, ma'am. So I have just received your comments. I'm just working on it. So most probably by tomorrow evening, I will just resubmit it to you, ma'am. Kindly
Sure.
go through it and just give your feedback, ma'am.
Ma'am, you send it. You send it immediately. I'll not be able to because now
That's what,
just
ma'am.
now
You
I
can take your,
opened and saw
you can
I
take your
have
time.
16 mails. 16 mails. So out of that, if I remove 4 or 5 also, I'll be getting around 5 or 6 candidates assignments that is still pending. So as I'll go from bottom up. So who has sent me first, I will be reviewing and then I'll go up. So
Ma'am,
don't worry.
even I
that
have
I'll
also sent the unit 2 lesson plan, ma'am. So only after one is approved, I think I can start
I've kept
implementing.
yours pending for that. Yes, I've kept that
Yes,
pending
yes.
because unit 1 is not approved.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Shravanti, yes, Shravanti, you can.
Ma'am, a small doubt, ma'am, regarding to the lesson, unit 3 lesson plan, ma'am. Ma'am, it was like I thought of taking the different types of vehicles as land, air, and water for the thing. But when I have checked the exemplar, like how it should be gone, like I should compare 3 and I have to go with the prior
No,
knowledge.
what you do is, what you can do is, first period introduce only transport.
Huh.
Don't focus on different types of transport.
Huh.
Next, in the activity log period, one, you can have an activity for land transport. Second, for sea water transport. Last one is air transport. So you will get your 4.
Okay. So in one class, like it was like there I have seen that it was 90 minutes, but we will not get 90 minutes of class,
Don't
right?
go for 90 minutes, go only for 40.
40
You're
minutes,
dealing with
you know.
kindergarten kids.
Huh.
Don't go for that many.
Okay, 40 minutes may like I should go with the generalized one, what is transportation, and then I should go with the introduction of land transport, water transport, and
As separate periods. 4 periods you got, no?
Huh.
4
So
different
here
days.
in the I mean when I have seen this, no ma'am, like lesson plan, in this it was like one lesson plan. I should give you the 4 lesson plans, ma'am.
No,
40.
no. One lesson plan in general transport only lesson plan. From that one activity will go to activity log.
Mm-hmm.
Then the
Okay.
next day's one is land transport. That will go as second one as your activity log.
Okay, ma'am.
One activity only in your activity log, not your lesson plan.
Okay, ma'am. So in the lesson plan, how I should go, ma'am? Like it should be like transportation, as you have told, like generalized one. Like we have to start with grading and prior knowledge. What is transportation, and then I should go with the generalized. What is transportation means, and what are the different types of transportation. So here the assessment criteria for each one. Like when it was, I have seen the earlier one. Like it was for each one, there was an assessment criteria of
Here
different.
also you will have to make that. But don't write land, sea and all that.
Okay.
Just mention your objective should be this general one.
Huh.
That's it.
Okay, ma'am. So here the 3 I should go it as a generalized one, whereas in activity log I should go as a different.
No, you still don't get it. You make it as a 4 period plan. First
Okay.
is introduction of transport, first period. That is what your mentor is observing. Next one is land transport. Take one activity, put it in your activity log. From this one into your activity log. Then water transport in your activity log. Air transport in your activity log. That's all. So 4 periods activity you got. That's the way.
Okay, ma'am. Done. Thank you, ma'am.
Got it? Yeah.
Yeah. So shall I leave, ma'am?
Yes, Travanti, you can. Yeah, you can. Yes,